Evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone Arena action. I'm at 1800 gold here. I have a chance to crest 2000 once more. We're gonna do Priest. I don't want to play as Mage. Rogue is very recent, so Priest it is. We'll see if the light shall in fact bring victory. Well, the light starts out by bringing me a legendary. This is probably not a top tier legendary. I mean, Millhouse is awful. Maligos is very nifty, but Priests, it's a bit tough to use the spell damage. If you don't have any Holy Smites or Holy Novas, you're kind of out of luck. I mean, it does do a ridiculous thing with Holy Fire, I suppose, turning that into a Pyroblast. And then Prophet Velen, I've actually played with him. I think it was in the last video. Yeah, he was kind of unimpressive. He was pretty much a war golem most of the time. I'd usually get like heal 4 out of him, and then he'd die. He doesn't really help you like catch up when you're behind, which is also true of the war golem. I don't know. I could take this dragon just for fun, I suppose. It really is hysterical when you can like play a Holy Smite and have it deal 6 damage. Plus a 412 isn't, you know, bad. Let me actually count the stats on this. So what is that? This is 4 plus 12 is 16? The going rate for a 9 mana creature? I mean, a 7 mana creature is 14, so you're paying 2 extra mana for 2 extra stats. Yeah, these stats are not good if you're not getting the spell damage use out of it. Ysera, which is also a 9 mana 412 dragon, is way better because you're getting those extra cards. Whatever. We'll take Prophet Velen. He's a bit cheaper. He's a war golem in the worst case, which is okay. And then the double damage is similar to what Maligos is doing. Maybe smaller magnitude, but it's a much cheaper cost. Right. Then we go on to a rare. Wow, I have not played with Pine-Sized Summoner in a long time. As we learned recently, though, Master Spell kind of blows, so I'm going to take the Pine-Sized. Okay, here the Worgen Infiltrator would be a reasonable choice. I found I like having 1-drops even in, control decks. The Abusive Sergeant also is a reasonable choice. It's a good battle cry. I'm going to grab the Fairy Dragon, though. The Pine-Sized Summoner, it is a 2-drop, sort of, kind of. It dies to, anything with the 2-3 stats. The Fairy Dragon can't be targeted. It's a bitch for mages to kill off, a bitch for priests to kill off as well. It pretty much forces your opponent to either kill it with a weapon or trade his creatures into it. So I think it's a very strong card. I've been facing it a lot, and it's quite strong. Ah, man, just my luck seeing Shadow Word Pain and Holy Nova in the same pick. I think you got to go for the Holy Nova here. I mean, I've just lost runs because I didn't have Holy Nova, and I hate that, so I'm gonna take it. Okay, Power Word Shield, good card. Leper Gnome is a card I would play, but Light Spawn, I think I want to prioritize getting really good, 2, 3, 4 mana creatures above getting some 1-drop somewhere. So if I end up with no 1-drops, fine. If I end up with no good 4-drops, that really sucks. So Light Spawn is just excellent. I'm going to grab it. Okay, here we get a bit of an unfortunate pick. I don't want to take this Priestess. Spiteful Smith, I would take, actually, a 4/6 for 5 mana. Sure. Frostwolf Warlord can, of course, be bigger, but the issue there is that, obviously, if you don't have any creatures on the board, you would really much rather have a Spiteful Smith. So I'm considering a Spiteful Smith, although priests clearly don't have weapons. It's just got guaranteed stats, and I don't have to worry about the Frostwolf Warlord. Now, if you have even one creature on the board, the Frostwolf Warlord is a 5/5, which is the same total stats as the Smith. I'd say actually 4/6 is better than 5/5, kind of for the same reason that 3/5 is better than 4/4. So it's tricky. I mean, if I take this, it's pretty likely that there will be at least one game in the arena where I will really regret it's not a 4/6. But I'm going to grab it. I think it's got a higher upside, so I'm going to take it for that reason. Okay, Shadow Word Death is a card that I'd like to have one of, so let's take it there. And here I really wish one of these was a Shadow Word Pain instead of these 2 unplayable priest spells. We'll take the Frostwolf Grunt. It's a card I respect. It's just not super great. Okay, Archmage is playable for sure, but I think Lightspawn is just so good. I've already got 2 big-ish creatures. I will take another really, really good 4-drop. We get an Epic, and it's a good one. These are both top-tier epics, I would say. So the Cabal Shadow Priest, I've definitely lost more than one game to this. There will, of course, also be times where it's useless. The Sea Giant is almost always going to be playable, and it's almost always going to be an 8/8. It's a tricky call. I mean, the Priest, I would say, is like more fun, and it's more nifty. It can also turn the game around a little bit more than just Giant does. And it's a Chillwind Yeti at the end of the day. We'll grab the Priest. It's not without some misgivings that I'm passing on the Sea Giant, but I think the Priest has enough merits that I'll grab her. So card draw would be nice. These are both card draw cards. I don't want a generic 2-drop when I've already got 3 2-drops. So generic one, because obviously priests don't have weapons, isn't the pick here. We'll take the Acolyte or the Northstrike Cleric. I think I'll take the Northstrike Cleric. So now, once you have Northstrike Cleric, you want to take with high priority cards that protect it. So Shadow Word Pain, but you'll always take that. And then like Shattered Summon Cleric becomes even better than usual, because that can protect your Cleric. And Power Word Shield can protect your Cleric. Basically, you want to protect this against your opponent playing a 3-2 and just killing it. So that is the motto of the day. Okay, no protection here. I can take a War Golem. I already have one, essentially. I'm not desperate enough. We're not even halfway through the draft to just be taking bad endgame cards. We'll hold out for our Temple Enforcers and Boulder Fistogers. Priests do have a class-specific card that is a 6-mana drop, and it's a very good one, the Temple Enforcer. 6/6 for 6 and give a creature +3 health. Works really nicely with my Light Spawns. It's pretty much a must-pick over like anything except for Shadow Word Pain here. So I don't want to take this War Golem. I could take the sort of aggressive thing with Stealth or the sort of, you know, mediocre Taunt. We'll take the mediocre Taunt. I'm just not a fan of those Panthers, and I don't really have that much Taunt in here. Okay, Mind Blast is unplayable trash. I've seen like 3 Mind Blasts here. I really wish they were all Shadow Word Pains, alas. I don't want another one of these. Here, we'll take our 1-drop. This is a playable 1-drop. We'll grab it over the mediocre 2-drop. Okay, I don't want to take another Frostwolf Warlord. That's a bit risky. But sadly, these are not exactly the creatures I want. I don't want more 2-drops here. So the Wolf, I'm going to take it. I'll tell you why. Normally, I'm not a fan of the Wolf. And the Panda here would have, you know, some synergy. It's actually not the most synergistic card with this deck. I can pop back the Cabal Priest for more stealing. It can heal things, these Light Spawns. It can bring the Northstrike Cleric back. Actually, I guess the Panda does sort of protect the Northstrike Cleric. I should think about that. Okay, anyway, let me go backtrack on my train of thought. I was thinking the Wolf protects the Northstrike Cleric, because if you play Northstrike Cleric and your opponent plays a 3-2, you drop the Wolf and then the Northstrike Cleric at least trades. But this also protects the Northstrike Cleric. We'll take the Wolf, though. Well, we don't have any buffing in this deck, so although the Wolf is not my favorite source of buffs, especially with the creatures moving around bug, it's something. Alright, so the Forester is a card I like a lot, but again, I'm taking Power Word Shield sort of highly here because I've got the Northstrike Cleric and I want to make sure I have some protection for it in this deck. Okay, I got into a spirited argument with a friendly poster about the value of Twilight Drake recently. I thought about it some more, I really did. I just don't understand how anyone could argue this is a bad card. I mean, yes, it can be silenced, but then it's still a 4/1, and it'll trade with the creature that silenced it, either the owl or the spellbreaker. It trades with both of them. In the end game, if you're a top deck situation, sure, a 4/1 is bad, especially if your opponent's a mage, definitely. But I mean, if you just have it like a normal point in the game, it's a Chillwind Yeti most of the time, and Chillwind Yetis are great. And sometimes it's even better than a Chillwind Yeti. Now, the Imp Master is worthy of consideration. At the moment, though, I don't have any particular synergy with the Imp Master, except for the Frostwolf Warlord, I believe. And I guess the Direwolf Alpha also synergizes with it, because you can buff the little 1/1s and have them do more damage. Okay, that's reasonable. I got some synergy with this, so do I want a 3-drop or a 4-drop? Well, I've got 1 3-mana creature, and I've got 2 4-mana creatures. Okay, well, I guess we'll take the Imp Master here, having talked for a long time about how good the Drake is, because we'll try to keep our mana curve balanced. Okay, so, yeah, this is a very, very tricky pack here. This is a card I've been disrespecting, and I have seen it do good things against me when my opponents wield it. However, will I actually take it over a Flesh-Eating Ghoul and Holy Smite? I don't know if I could take it over those 2 cards. Those are pretty damn good cards. Holy Smite especially. I'm a bit low on removal. I mean, I've got Shadow Word Death and Holy Nova, and that's it. So, and I guess Cabal Shadow Priest, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I have to take this. It's sad, but my deck is lacking in removal. I've seen only 1 Shadow Word Pain, and it was at the same breath as the Holy Nova. I'll take Thoughtsteal. This is a card I'm getting increased respect for. It's card advantage, plus you get to do silly things you're not supposed to do. Uh-oh, this is bad. Oh, this is real bad. I could take this, treat it as a kind of endgame card. I think I'll take this just as a 3/3 for 3, which is sometimes all you need. And maybe randomly it'll steal a creature sometimes. Oh god, another one? Well, I'm glad I didn't take the last one, because these 2 are unplayable trash, so I have to take it now. Oh, this draft is starting to go all the way bad. Oh, we're getting a 1-drop. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll take an Argent Squire. It's probably the best of these 1-drops. Jesus. How many 1-drops does a man need? I don't think I need any more. I've already got 3. I'm not trying to do aggro here. I'll take the Worgen, although I don't need more 3-drops. Now I really wish I had that Twilight Drake. Well, the Auchenai Soul Priest is just what I needed. She has a really nice body, 3/5 for 4, and then the ability, of course, is nice. It's gotta be what you take here. Anything else is unacceptable. We need more endgame, folks. We need more endgame. I do like the Power Word Shield to protect my Northshire Cleric and more card draw, but I gotta get endgame here. I've got nothing here. I got a bunch of 3-drops. This is like the worst thing to have if you're trying to win, is a ton of 3-drops. Well, this is the best 2-drop in the game, but 1, 2, 3, 4. God, I need endgame, and this guy counts. We'll take him, although it's sad. Oh my god, what is going on with this draft? I see my first Mind Control, and then is with Shadow Word Pain. Like, Shadow Word Pain had so many chances to appear. Where does it appear? With Holy Nova and with Mind Control. Well, I have to take it. It's just too good not to take. Mind Control is great and all, but you have to take Shadow Word Pain. Okay. Still need more endgame. I mean, I've really only got, like, Jesus, 5 creatures here that are 5 mana or more. Mind Vision's great, but I need to make sure my game's got some beef to it, so we'll take that. We'll definitely take a second Holy Nova. 100%. I'm going to need that. And then here it's got to be the... Well, this is legitimate. You can actually take this here because it protects Northshire Cleric, plus my deck is short on buffs. I never saw a single Shattered Sun Cleric, never saw a single Dark Iron Dwarf. So... I never saw a single... Jeez, I never saw a single Temple Enforcer either for these light spawns. This draft went really badly. So the Abusive Sergeant is reasonable to help my early creatures trade up. Plus 2 attack is kind of a big deal. But Thought Steal gives me more card advantage. You know what? My cards suck. Let's take more of my opponents. And, alright, we end up with actually a quality rare. I wish I could take, like, all 3 of these. These are all fantastic. Holy Fire's great. Soul Priest is great. Shadow Madness, really great. Well, I'll take the Soul Priest. I just need bodies. I need bodies in my mid and end game. So, I'll take that. All 3 were removal of a sort. But that one was one that also came with a body, so I took it. Now, it's worth noting, I had an Earthen Ring Farseer in there that I passed on to take something that wasn't like that great. I forget what I took over it. But when you have an Akanai Soul Priest in your deck, you really should consider Earthen Ring Farseer, because as I said before, you don't want to dismiss the value of I think this is actually a hand I have to keep. This is in case he overwhelms me with beasts. This is just to make sure I have a turn 3 play, and obviously the turn 1 play as a keeper. Yeah. Anyway, I don't dismiss the value of 2 card synergies, and Earthen Ring Farseer is crazy good with an Akanai Soul Priest, actually. Because the Earthen Ring Farseer is a 3/3 for 3 that heals for 3. When you have the Soul Priest in play, that 3 healing becomes 3 damage. It's like a Fire Elemental. I mean, it's obviously not. It's a 3/3 instead of a 6/5. But you're getting the Fire Elemental's Battle Cry, and 3 damage on a creature for 3 mana is outrageous. Man, I should make a constructed deck with, like, creatures that have healing when they come into play. Targeted healing, of course. Like the Voodoo Doctor, and I guess the Earthen Ring Farseer, that's probably it. The Priestess of Elune and the Darkscale Healer, you don't get to choose. A little bit of a risk with this move. A little bit of a risk for sure. They both die to a multi-shot in, well, a turn, if he wants to use the coin. And there's a good chance he'll play something that, like, I can't, like, damage some. I mean, I obviously can't damage this. If he plays something with 3 power, I can't damage this either. So the card draw is not going to happen yet. So it's possible that I will just lose this Northshire Cleric for nothing. But that's the risk I'm willing to take. Just because I have, I've got a curve here. I got 1, 1, 3, 4, 5. So I might as well try to play aggro here and hope that I can keep things stable and not go too far down card advantage terms until my endgame cards show up. I did end up drafting them pretty aggressively, so I should be alright on that front. Alright, we got a secret here, which is very interesting. Let's go ahead and, Papa Boris's Proverbs, check for Explosive Trap before you check for Snipe. Okay, it's something. It's Explosive Trap, really interesting move by my opponent, because he had to figure that was going to give me a card, and I will totally take a card over the Mind Control attack. I think that's important to do. Fairy Dragon, I wish I could play that. It's a shame that I cannot. Okay, so unfortunately, Fairy Dragon and the Mind Control deck, their time's kind of passing them by. I think the Light Spawn is almost certainly what I'm going to play this turn.
Put this apple on your head.
Oh, well, never mind. I take it all back. I have to kill this Knife Juggler. I can't let that stand. Knife Juggler's a little bit too good. Interesting choice, though. I mean, the Knife Juggler is risky because my Northshire Cleric can just heal itself. So this is interesting. Now, unfortunately, this thing is gonna die. I can Holy Smite the Knife Juggler, and that's all she wrote. Yeah, let's actually do this and draw a card first, and then I'll probably end up Holy Smiting afterwards. Taking it kind of slow here. Okay, so we're gonna Holy Smite this Knife Juggler. Okay, so this, don't forget to attack. So the story is that he does get to kill my North Strike Cleric with value because the ooze survives. However, I did draw 2 cards off of this. And as a result, I'm actually doing final cards. He's got a total of 6 to my 7. Look at this. It's a Chillwind Yeti. It's a Chillwind Yeti. It's freaking great. I don't know what people are complaining about that card. Anyway, Holy Nova will kill the ooze, but not the Twilight Drake. So that seems a bit silly. I think we're gonna have to just take it on the chin with the Slight Spawn. Deadly Shot would be very good against it. It's a 4-mana creature eating a 3-mana spell. The thing I'm more concerned about is this is actually 7 power. So that's hitting me really hard if he can, like, Deadly Shot, play another 2-drop that survives Holy Nova, and then keep swinging at me. I'm gonna kind of fall behind here. I'd like for this to survive. Oh my gosh, I'm lucky. He's going to at least 2 for 1 himself, it looks like. Nope. Maybe? Ah, it's gonna 1 for 1. Damn, that sucks. That sucks a lot of dongs. If you're wondering how many dongs, Boris, does that suck, the answer is a lot of dongs. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. So, I have to make this terrible decision between Holy Nova, but then I don't do anything else and he still leaves 6 power on the board. Or I could play the Soul Priest I just drew, or of course Mind Control Tech I can play. I gotta go for the Mind Control Tech Gambit here, don't I, folks? I mean, this is where you gotta use it, so let's take it. We pulled... It was a coin flip. I could either have stolen trash or something that actually is sort of decent. So I got the decent one. The best, of course, would have been the Drake, but I will happily take this thing. And I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the Imp Master, because the Imps would be nice for helping me clear out these 1 toughness creatures that my opponent is rocking here, and I just never seem to find the time for Holy Nova. Now, Priests are very good with Imp Master. I should have mentioned this during the draft, because they can heal it, so you have... You know, obviously, barring other creatures that your opponent might drop, an infinite supply of imps. My opponent's going to get a card off this hyena. I have to play Holy Nova next turn. I don't know what could possibly happen that would make me do anything other than play Holy Nova here. I need to kill all this stuff. And it's important, too, to be able to kill the buzzard and the hyena at the same time, so that the hyena doesn't grow beyond the point where Holy Nova can kill it. Prophet Velen is something I can drop next turn, but I don't think I can afford to just do it. It's pretty much just a War Golem. When I'm super behind on the board, you have to really Holy Nova here. So I drew both my Holy Novas, which is great. I'm actually very thrilled about that. My opponent is making this is a very savvy hunter, it looks like. It seems like he smells a Holy Nova. Notice how he's 2 for 1ing his stuff. Very, very savvy move. A lot of people would have just swung for the damage, but he basically, those creatures were going to die no matter what. They were going to die to total uselessness, but instead he took one of my creatures off the board. So very smart play. I wish this had 5 health so I could kill the Drake. Notice how good this Drake is, not to like harp on that point endlessly. I'm just gonna go ahead and trade though. I feel like because I got card advantage, don't forget to attack with your imp. Because I've got card advantage, I should be able to ride this one out. Especially, you know, I do have a legendary here, which it's not the greatest legendary, but it's you know, fine. With this, Holy Nova is a Flame Strike, which actually is pretty good as far as things go. And he's got a monkey. Well, the monkey... God, am I going to have to turn around on this monkey? I keep saying this monkey's not good, but man, it keeps on being good. Luckily, the Soul Priest is even better. We'll go ahead and just burn this thing to death for more card advantage. I'm not going to run my Imp in. That seems kind of pointless, I think. I don't know what the point of that would be. I guess in case he, like, kills it with something else, like a multi-shot? Nah, I'm going to keep it around, whatever. So yeah, he's got 4 cards to my 6. If I win this game, it'll simply be to card advantage and nothing else. I just got card advantage off the North Strike Cleric. I got more card advantage from Holy Nova. Even more from the Mind Control Tech. There's lots and lots of card advantage. This is actually a bit of a scary card. It can deal a lot of damage to me. I'm very happy that I am high on health and he's low on cards. Okay, I'm not a super big fan of dropping this Prophet at the moment, simply because... Deadly Shot will just kill it off. I'd much rather play a couple of creatures. This seems really good again, just to... It survives against multi-shot. I can unfortunately only play one of these 2 dudes. I can play Holy Nova, but it does nothing. We'll play the Worgen and heal up. So this guy, I mean, it would trade against the Farseer, is basically what it would do. The Farseer could run in once and then run in again. But the Farseer could also run in once, enrage this guy, and then he could trade the monkey in. Uh-oh. Another kill command? I don't mind single target removal though at this point of the game, simply because I'm ahead on cards, and when you use single target removal, you're getting ahead in value on the board, but you're not getting ahead on cards. Ooh, looks like this is gonna be explosive shot. Ah, smart. Very smart move. So he gets to hit me for 4. I'll be at 4 cards to 2. He does have good cards though. It's unfortunate that I cannot play the Prophet and Holy Nova in the same turn. That would obviously be awesome. Let's go ahead and, man, I could play this Prophet. What is he hitting me for next time? 4 plus 4 is 8, down to 12. That's scary for sure. And if he top decks a Deadly Shield, or a Deadly Shot, I'll be so mad. I could play them both. The Yeti can just kill this thing, even if I put Power Word Shield on it. Oh, well, nope. If I put Power Word Shield on it, it actually hangs in there. But then I can't play the Prophet, and I'm at mercy of what I top deck with this. Alright, we'll do this. We'll do this and draw a card. Just hoping he doesn't top deck a Deadly Shot. This is pretty much the name of the game. And let's heal up for 4. Woohoo, look at that. So yeah, Deadly Shot is pretty much the only game in town here. I mean, an Explosive Shot, I suppose, would kick this down to 4 health, and the Yeti could 2-for-1 into it. But yeah, if he doesn't have a Deadly Shot or an Explosive Shot, Kill Command wouldn't quite do it. Would that do it? 5, 9. Oh yeah, he can run everything in. Well, he's obviously not in good shape if he does that. I've got 3 creatures here. He's smart. He attacked first, then killed my Prophet. Yeah, well, he's just screwed. So he's staying in the game, just hoping I have terrible cards, like weird shadow stuff, but I don't have terrible cards. It so happens that I actually have really good cards. I steal a terrible card and a really good card, so whatever, I'll take that.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
If you're wondering, is cleansing the Sunwell optional? The answer is no. We must cleanse it. That bitch needs some cleansing. Okay, I could... Oh boy, this is starting to get out of control now. Yep, we're gonna do this. Oh, well, shoot. Sorry. I was thinking to play this and make my Frostwolf bigger, but that was obviously silly, because now the Frostwolf is not playable. I could actually play the Owl and silence this guy. Alright, we'll do the pro play of the week here. So my stuff now all costs a normal amount. This guy's gonna be 8/8. I've got plenty of health. I'm a priest. I can heal. He cannot burn me out with his hero ability. I think he's pretty much just screwed. I don't think even King Crush could save him. No, I want to say well played. Thank you. Pelias the Hunter. Sounds like a familiar name. He played very well. He made some little... It's little things that let you tell apart a good player from a bad one. Played well. I guess I probably just had better cards than he did. And the card advantage also made a huge difference. I don't think I've ever actually seen someone silence a Vengeful Mercenary. It's such like an obvious self-combo, but I've never seen it happen, so that was the first time. It was irrelevant, of course, but it's fun to see. Solid first game. It's, you know, how you want things to go as Priest. Priest, you don't really count on fast games. It's not like a Rogue deck or a Warrior deck or something where you can, like, or a Warlock deck where you can play fast games. You pretty much are in it to turn 10 most games. Melthius, well, I'm not thrilled about seeing a mage, but I do believe Priest is probably the best class against mages, so I'm not happy to see a mage, but I'm happy I'm playing Priest. Similar mulliganing strategy as before. We have to send back the expensive cards, we have to keep the early removal, and this guy I'm not excited about, but I have to keep him just in case I don't draw anything to play on turn 3. Well, here it sucks that I'm up against a mage because this leper gnome is just dead. We'll see what's going on here. Goldshire Footman. Well, okay, I'll Holy Smite that. There's a risk, of course, to this move, which is that he will now, or she will now play like a 3/2, like a Knife Juggler or something, and I suddenly don't have removal for it. And my Leper Gnome is no good because she's a mage and can kill it. Leper Gnome, sweet spot to play to something like around. Let's see, I'm the second player, so like on my 3rd turn, perhaps, is when I'd really want to play this thing out. Reason being that at that point, you know, my opponent's coming up on turn 4 when she's got potentially really good things to play, and if she wants to use the hero ability to kill this thing, she falls behind in tempo. So I go down a card, but at least I gain something out of it. My opponent has a very slow start, okay? She's pinging my creature. Notice how I can just heal this up sometime. In fact, I could even heal it this turn. I'm actually going to get a little bit cheeky. I'll play both of my 1-drops. Now, this could be consigning my mind control tech to death, because once I play the Soul Priest, which I will, I'm not gonna heal this next turn. Like, I'm not gonna forego playing a Soul Priest, that's for sure. Once I play this out until my mage friend kills it and this one, I'm not gonna be able to heal this again. Oh, that's... God, this card needs to get nerfed. It just needs to get nerfed. That's all I gotta say about it. 3/6 for 4 mana with an ability on top is just stupid. Okay, so here I can play the Soul Priest, and it would live against the Elemental. And I'm gonna go for it. Well, swing-a-ling-ling. And we're playing the game of hope your mage opponent doesn't have good cards, basically. She's pretty much a cone of cold away from just about winning the game. Demolisher, I'm really happy to see because it's just a bad card. And that, oh, I'm really happy to see this. She drew a card after committing 3 mana to something that kind of sucks. So I'm really thrilled to see that, because this implies this opponent's not, well, okay, this opponent either isn't a good player or the opponent is a careless player. Either way is totally fine by me. Okay. Arcane Golem, you can't give a mage Flame Strike a turn earlier. Maybe once she already has up to 7 mana, like on turn 6, when she's about to get to Flame Strike anyway, I could play this. But not right now. I want to play it now, I really do. I really want to play it right now, because this would kill the Demolisher and everything. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just take out my opponent's biggest threats. These are the Demolisher and the Elemental. There's a number of different ways of doing this, which is what makes this a very tricky situation. I think the Engineer has to live. I could drop this down to 2 health. I'd like to keep this thing's health up, though. So I'll do it like this. We're going to heal there. Cash in the Divine Shield. We'll use the Leper Gnome to trade there. And kill that. Is this overextending? Let's think. She's going to have 6 cards. Say she plays a Blizzard. This thing would actually survive a Blizzard, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll play this. I don't think I'm overextending here. I really don't. Because this thing's Divine Shield already did its job. It killed something. This thing already killed something. So this guy's fine. So, yeah, I think we're okay. Is that a Cone of Cold? Of course it is. 3 mana, that is not enough mana for that spell. That is not nearly enough mana for freezing 3 creatures and then damage on top of it. So now, because I'm playing with Arcanine Soul Priest, I'm sort of losing my main edge as a priest that I have against mages, which is that my opponent can't pick at my creatures. She obviously can. The secret, oh, that secret is really painful to watch. Shit. Because God damn it. I was going to play this, but I don't want to give my opponent an Archmage, not the turn before Flame Strike. Well, here's what we're going to do here. This might seem crazy, but I think I have to do it. I'm going to play this guy. So she's going to get Flame Strike anyway. And if it's Mirror Entity, then I want to just, you know, basically say Mirror Entity is like a removal for the Arcane Golem. Ah, it's not Mirror Entity. Well, that's sad. So I'm going to burn her, because that's all I can do. And we're going to see if this is a Vaporize or something. Uh-oh, it's not Vaporize or Ice Armor or Mirror Entity, and you know what that means. That means it's one of the wacky ones. It's a Counterspell, a Spellbender, or an Ice Block. Now, Ice Block is so bad that unless your opponent has, like, the worst epic pick in the history of humankind, they're just never going to pick it. So you have to kind of assume it's Spellbender or Counterspell as just a matter of general life policy. Okay, well, she chose to ping the Soul Priest. Do not overlook that fact, folks, because that suggests that she has a Blizzard. I mean, by default, right, you'd assume she'd ping the Arcane Golem, right? You wouldn't want to use the Frost Elemental to attack into the Arcane Golem, leaving it at just 1 health. You'd want to use the Frost Elemental to kill this, which is giving me a really good power. So she probably has a Blizzard. That's really the main thing that she would want this to be at 2 health rather than 3 for. So I think this thing's going to die. The way I will play around it is as follows. I will play a Frostwolf Warlord first. Get a 6/6. It survives Flame Strike. Then we're going to go ahead and burn this thing. And we're going to trade in our Soul Priest in there. And all of that I just did was predicated on the assumption that my opponent has a Blizzard, or some other reason why she'd want my 3/3 to go down to 2 health. Alright, there's a Fireball. Fine. It's a lot of her turn, and it's not getting her head on cards, so that's okay. This thing's been a real working horse. It already dealt 4 damage. It ate Fool's Battle Cry. It's still on the board. 4 damage is kind of a lot. Arcane Explosion. She's going to use an Arcane Explosion just to kill this, so that's another card that's not, you know, giving a card advantage. Alright, I'm really happy with all these turns of events. Every single one. Shadow Word Death. It could be good. Could be useless. We'll see. Alright. This would be a little bit aggressive. I could, you know, burn her, but I'm not using up as much of my mana. This guy is just a bigger body, but a Polymorph or Fireball makes it irrelevant. Either way, I can only put 1 creature on the board. So I might as well put down the one that starts to deal damage to my opponent. I'm like basically I'm like a hunter when I can heal my opponent that way. So anyway, she has 4 cards plus a secret, and I gotta remember this is, well, it's either Ice Block or it's gonna counter or redirect my spells. Now the Holy Nova cannot get redirected, but it'll get countered, of course. This can get redirected. Oh man, so if she plays something big and I try to Shadow Word Death and it's a Spellbender, that's going to be really sad. Okay, so the Fireball eats that, which is fine because it was going to eat the Archmage. Oh no, now she has another secret. Shoot. Man, these secrets are potentially going to get her back in the game. I really need a junk creature. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, we're going to play this Northshark Cleric. It's not a mirror entity. Uh-oh. Well, let's do that. We'll find out soon enough whether or not we're ready for this. Holy Nova deals 3 damage across the board. Note that spell damage does not improve the health gain. It just improves the damage part of the spell. Ah, man, if this gets countered, though, what I really want is like my Power Word Shield to get countered or something like that. I don't want Holy Nova getting countered. Right, there's the Blizzard, and she's going to kill the Northshark Cleric in one go. Magma Rager. Are you goddamn kidding me? Okay. Well, it's good under these circumstances, I suppose. I've already used both Soul Priests, so no burning this thing. All right, we'll try Shadow Word Death. See if it gets redirected or countered. All right, it's just gonna get countered. Okay. Do I Holy Nova just to kill this to preserve my guy? Nah, we'll do this and just heal my guy. I mean, I'm a priest after all. Might as well hang on to that Holy Nova. So she can trade the Magma Rager for the Tauren Warrior. I'm worried now that this other secret is like a Vaporize for my Archmage, which would be really sad. Man, this mage is like clinging on for dear life. You know what I need? I need my Thought Steal. I think that would really turn the game around. If I can get some of the mage's spells. Oh my god! So many secrets. Well, okay then! Well, I'd say this guy's chances of living through an attack here are like 0. There we go, Thought Steal. Oh man, is this gonna get countered again? Well, I'd rather have it get countered than a Holy Nova, I suppose. Okay, another counter spell. Fine. Let's see if I can survive this attack. Ice armor, ice armor. Nope. Wow, she has a lot of rare spells, actually. Because Vaporize is a rare, and there was 2 counter spells. They're keeping her in the game. I guess, you know, if she'd played like actual cards rather than secrets, she'd be in better shape. But yeah, now I'm in a top deck war, and I just have this Holy Nova here, and that's about it. Luckily, I have all my health, and this Demolisher, while it deals 3 damage a turn to me, it's going to take a while for her to kill me with it. Okay, well, let's play this thing, see if it's a mirror entity now. It is. God damn it. I'll just heal up. Alright, so the story is that, I mean, assuming these creatures trade, because obviously my opponent's not going to let this hit her. Assuming these creatures trade, she's got a Demolisher, and she's got the lead in the top deck war. Okay, this might be the time for the Holy Nova. Man, maybe I should have played Holy Nova and let it get countered. I mean, this Holy Nova's not doing me much good. Thought Steal would have given me 2 cards, you know, and 2 mage cards. Yeah, I probably should have let the Holy Nova get countered. That was gonna do it for me. Okay, here's I think where I've got to play the Holy Nova. We're gonna do this, and this is a risk. I mean, it's a coin flip situation. I really hope the Demolisher hits me, but if it hits me, then the Worgen lives, assuming my opponent doesn't draw a spell. All right, it hits me. Win the coin flip. Now, do I win the top deck situation? Because if this is not a disruptive card, Pyroblast. I think that was actually a misplay, which may seem sort of an odd thing to say, but I think that Pyroblast had to go on this Worgen. I mean, this is just awful for my opponent now, because look at this. I hit the Demolisher, kill it, I got Wind Fury going. You know, you and my opponent can't kill this. Do I play the Fairy Dragon? Yeah, I'm gonna play the Fairy Dragon. Yeah, my opponent messed up. That Fire Blast should have hit this thing. Then her Demolisher would still be alive after I played the Fairy Dragon, and she'd have a 50-50 shot of killing it. Now she just dies. So yeah, remember I said earlier this opponent was either a good player playing badly or a bad player? What was it that made me say that? Yeah, what made me say it was that she played a Novice Engineer after a Demolisher. And it proved to be true. She messed up. A good player would have sent the Pyroblast at the Worgen, and she would have actually been 100% in that game. Because look at this Water Elemental. Let's say the Demolisher had hit this Fairy Dragon. The Water Elemental comes down. Holy Nova is not an answer to it. I do have just one Shadow Word Pain in the deck. That I would have had the top deck to get out of the situation. Yeah, so my opponent could have stayed in the game. That was a bit of a misplay on her part. I wonder if she realized it. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like and or subscribe. I hope, as always, that you found it educational, even if my play is less than perfect. And we'll be back soon for the remainder of the games. I'll see you then.